In the movie A Few Good Men, Jack Nicholson's character, whom we know isn't the nicest guy, tells Tom Cruise's character, who's playing a naive new attorney, "Son, you can't handle the truth." I often think to myself, that's probably what God said to Adam and Eve when they went to him and said, "We want to take a bite of the apple from the tree of knowledge." The serpent over there told us it's a good thing. God always wanted them to eventually take a bite from the apple, just not when they were ready, just not when they thought they were ready, but when God knew they were ready. See, because taking a bite of the apple from the tree of knowledge meant that they were going to have to face the truth about themselves. They would no longer see themselves through God's eyes and see the naked truth about them. They were naked. That they would have to face who they really were and see themselves through their own eyes. I think that's why God gave us prayer, meditation, and yoga. The divine knew that we would have to have ways of coping with the truth. Our own truth mainly. Sometimes we do things that aren't always the prettiest of actions. I guess that's why they call it the ugly truth. When I'm teaching a yoga class, I could see it sometimes in a student's face somewhere in the middle of class. Their face shows the pain and the anguish of something that they're having to face. We could try to bury actions and events and the truths about ourselves and others far deep into our memory. But eventually those memories will become so strong that they have to come out somewhere. A great way is through prayer. I always offer up things to God and ask him or her. I'm not he could be a he or a she. I like to say divine. The universe has that to kind of help me deal and cope with the things that I have to face, the fears of the truth. Through my yoga practice, I know somewhere halfway between, those things that I've been burying deep down inside are going to bubble up and they're going to come right out. And they're going to be there on the mat for me to deal with. When I have students that fall out of postures, usually because they become distracted by their own truths or challenged by the opportunity that's in front of them, as a teacher, I encourage them to come back. Maybe rest for a moment, gather themselves back up, but to come back to the posture. Don't let it go. Don't just move past it. Go into it and engage it. Because usually when you come back into something and you face it head on, you face that challenge head on, you become stronger because you've developed that courage to see the truth. I took an anti-gravity class today with Laura at Cool Hot Yoga in Cresskill, and she's an amazing teacher, and I am so grateful that I had the opportunity to sneak into her class. It's been almost 8 months since I've taken an anti-gravity class since my spinal fusion and my other surgery. So I am not in the shape I was 8 months ago. I'm also 51 years old. I have to face that truth. What was great about Laura is that she encouraged me. She saw when I was struggling and she came over and she assisted me. She didn't necessarily do the postures for me, but she gave me the verbal encouragement and that nice touch on my back to let me know it was okay. I stopped when I needed to, but I didn't quit. I kept going on. Even if you can't do every single posture in a class and you stay in the room, even if it means you stay in child's pose, you face that challenge head on. And then you can face many, many truths. Truth about yourself, truth about situations we're in, and truth about other people. It is hard to face the truth, but we've been given every single tool, every single instrument by the divine to help us. Knowledge is a wonderful, wonderful tool to have. Wisdom, but we also need the revelation. We need the strength and the courage. So here's to a wonderful Saturday. I hope you enjoy your today, your weekend. And I hope this video helps you dig deep down inside and face the truth. Namaste.